Hello everyone, this is GL from GL Tech School. In this video I'm going to talk about try and except in Python. So basically the try and except is used to check for code errors. For example, when you're running a program, if any certain error happens, if you do not want your program to stop, and if you want a program to run continually even though the error happened, you can use the try and catch. So instead of talking it, I think it's better to explain by code because that will make you more sense to you. So I'm going to type try to print this. For example, I'm going to put all of the code over here and except. So except is going to be exception. So as e going to be like this. So this is the syntax of this concept. Okay, in the try section you can put how much code you want to test. For example, it doesn't matter what code you write inside the try and catch, you have to write a lot of things. For example, here you can type something like something went wrong, something went wrong. If you don't understand it, so I'm going to run this program and you can see that it says printing. So it works fine because there's no code errors in this try block. So this is the try block. So the try block is going to be really long if you write lots of code. So if any code error happen like this, so now if I run the program, it says something wrong. So now, so just think like this. So if you don't use this try and catch, okay, if you don't use this try and catch, what will happen? It is going to throw an error to you. It says pnt is not defined. But if you use try and catch, it's decently and nicely skip the process. It didn't throw any errors, it didn't stop your program, but it says something wrong because it execute the except block. So this is what try and catch. So you may feel confusing, why do I need it? For example, just think, okay, we are retrieving data from database from MySQL, which is on the internet or something. Okay, so if your internet connection is poor, so your internet connection is going to be down, so for those kinds of certain situation, your code is going to be stopped, which means your program is going to be stopped executing if you don't use try and catch. For those kinds of things, if you put your code into try, so you are putting your retrieving code, mean database searching or data collection code here. Okay, you have writing a bunch of code to collect the data from database. So if any error happens inside the try block, the exception will be automatically executed. So in the exception section, you will write code to reconnect to the internet. You can easily understand, okay, to reconnect to the internet, then you can try it again. So that is the basic idea of try and catch. The main idea of try and catch is to make sure your program runs fine without getting errors, even though you get any errors in it. So the next things I want to teach you here, for example, I'm gonna say so here I'm just making everything simple. I'm using only print keyword to explain you, but in real world, in real situation, you will get lots of things. So I'm gonna make a typo for purposely. So if I run this, it says something is wrong. If it is right, it is gonna be run perfectly like that. If you retrieve database from internet, so if the internet connection is work, so the try will execute fine. So if the internet connection is not working, the try catch is going to be failed and the exception will be run. In the exception section, you will write code to reconnect to the internet or inform the admin, whatever you want. So that's why the try and catch is very powerful. The another important things I want to teach you is, for example, you can also categorize by error types, and you can see something is wrong. You don't know what type of errors is happening. So in order to get that, you can type E. So the E is telling you what type of error is this, and you can say the PRNT is not defined. So like that, you can easily understand so what types of errors is it. So if it is a database error, it is going to say the database connection is not found, or the internet connection is poor, and something like that. Okay, and in Python there are lots of There are lots of errors already in Python, and you can watch them and you can easily understand them. The another thing I want to teach you is finally. For example, it is not useful, but it is not used anywhere, but the main idea of finally is it will run always. It doesn't care whether it gets, you can see that it will run always, even if it is fail or run perfectly, it runs perfectly. So the why do we need finally for some certain situation? For example, after finishing or running some certain code, you want to check finally, or you want to do some certain things. So for those kinds of things you can use finally. So the basic idea of try and catch is to try and accept is to avoid one-time errors. So for example, when you're retrieving data or when you're saving some data in the hard disk, sometimes your hard disk is not allowing you because your hard disk is out of storage. So those kinds of situation, your program will be down, which means your program is not going to work, it's going to stop. So in order to avoid those kinds of situation, you can put try, which means try to save it. If the space is not found, then the error will be returned. Here it says the space is not found. Or you can alert the admin, or you can send email, or you can send message, local message, or you can delete some unwanted file programmatically. So that is the basic idea of try and catch and try and accept. And thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I will see you in the next video.